Hi, and welcome to another episode of Orc Rogues, where we bring to you everything nerdy, geeky, and just plain fun. My name's Derek.
My name's Thomas.
Gloater. And today we'll be discussing Battlefront 2, which is an awesome game that I haven't played. Go ahead.
Yeah, you haven't played it. I have.
Yep.
I invited you over to play it too.
You did. You did.
I did. He turned it down.
I wasn't well.
Yeah. What?
I can actually say that. I wasn't well.
Ever. I see how.
Can any well person refuse Battlefront 2?
Yeah.
When it's brand new.
Point. Yeah.
There you go.
It hadn't even come out yet. And because my beautiful darling wife got me the deluxe edition, which came out 3 days early.
Yep.
So
For
Monday
his
night.
birthday, and he is older.
Yeah. Well, imagine that.
Yep.
Believe it or not, now I'm actually older than I was when I got it.
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah. No. I got it Monday night. As soon as I got home, it was installed and ready for me to play because I was hanging out with a friend, and it was a great surprise, actually. So, yes, many thanks to my dear, loving wife.
And he basically just sat there, played game, ate, didn't blink, and
48
as
hours.
per your wife, when you did blink, you literally just kind of passed out. It was like a
Pretty
blink,
much, yeah.
unconscious for like,
Is that what she
like
said?
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
She said it was a blink that didn't stop.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, it was. To be fair, it was a great game. When I first got it, the first thing I did is went straight into the campaign and started playing because
That's exactly what
the
I did.
first Battlefront did not have a campaign, and that bugged me.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
actually.
it was a big deal. And this game was going to have a campaign, and the story of the campaign was actually somewhat interesting. It takes place right after the fall of the Empire, after Return of the Jedi, and it was really, really good. Some interesting moments in it, which we'll come back to in a bit.
That's really, really good to me. Like, I mean, not having played it yet, I'm still behind, but I'll get there. I have trouble playing games, honestly, that have no campaign.
Yeah.
You know, they don't latch me in at all. I need some kind of a solo thing, you know, to get into the game, into the world. Otherwise, it doesn't feel complete to me. You know?
And that's fair. And even the first game, it did have tutorial and solo missions that you could do, but it wasn't a cohesive story or anything. This game actually has a story. It has a true legitimate campaign mode. It's not incredibly long. I knocked it out in the first few hours of playing.
It's a couple hours.
Probably, it was about a solid 5-6 hours.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, it's okay. It wasn't. I mean, it was mission, and done.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's not bad.
the campaign itself doesn't really have a lot of replay value. There's some secrets in the missions that you can go back and find. Other than that, it's a pretty basic first-person shooter campaign.
I was going to say, you know, some people love those kind of things, though. Like, they'll go through and find every little secret or every little trophy.
Yeah, and I intend to go back through and find them.
Yeah.
But,
are you one of those people?
Well, no, not generally.
Okay.
For this game, I probably will be. Though I will admit, I had it, and for those of you who watch me on Twitch, at twitch.tv/Orc Rogues, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm playing Tales of Berseria. But for those of you who do watch me on Twitch, I'm not a very good gamer. I love playing games. I'm not incredibly good at them. I had it on the easiest difficulty, and it was really, really challenging.
Yeah, I have to say, actually, I not to jump from Battlefront, but you've been doing pretty good on Tales of Berseria.
Oh, well, yeah.
You have.
And granted, Tales of Berseria is such a narrative, story-driven game that it's not that difficult to begin with.
Yeah.
So I did have to up the difficulty on that one. But with first-person shooters, if I'm on the easiest difficulty on a game, usually I breeze through it fairly easily. There may be a couple of moments that I'm struggling. Battlefront 2, on the easiest difficulty, pretty much from the first or second mission, had some really difficult moments. Almost every mission, unless you were playing a hero. And even as Leia, that was difficult.
Yeah, that is interesting. Okay.
Leia, what can she really do?
Wow.
She can shoot a gun. I mean,
she
seriously,
can
is
shoot
she
a gun.
that much better than a regular soldier?
Is that it? I mean, is that all she can do in the game? I mean,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she has a shield she can throw down.
Yeah, well, I mean, shields are nice.
Well, yeah, but it's a little bubble shield, and she can't shoot out of it, so,
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Yeah, it is.
And she's considered a hero in that?
Yeah, she's considered a hero.
Huh. That's an interesting choice. I would have given her something else.
Yeah.
I mean,
she has a little bit more health than a regular soldier. I don't know. We'll say that it's because she can use a foresight.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
But that's actually that is an interesting choice. I would have thought they'd have given her something. I mean,
it's really kind of odd. Anyways, but let's talk about the multiplayer for a moment. First of all, I do want to say the matchmaking process in the game is actually really, really nice. Fairly easy to just jump into a game and be on your way.
Once you find it? Said once you find it?
No. The actual regular multiplayer matchmaking process is fairly easy.
Okay.
Now, the party system in the game...
that's what you had trouble with, yeah.
That took me a second. Now, I will tell you, if you get the game and you try to play with friends, if you know how to do it, it's fine. Figuring out how to do it took me a second because I played it on Xbox One. I went into the Xbox menu and trying to invite a friend to the game, and the option wasn't there. You had to do it actually through the in-game system. Words are hard. But you had to kind of find it.
Yeah.
So if you're on Xbox, it's the top left-hand corner to invite someone to your party. And then you're good. You're in the same party from then on. And it's easy switching games. Man. No, I was not happy. But yeah,
I was
after that,
glad you found it. I was glad you found it. She told your wife told me to. Yeah, she told me it was there. That you found it.
Yeah, I know. I was pretty upset when I didn't think I could invite a friend to play an online multiplayer first-person shooter.
It would have been a weird choice.
It would have
been a really weird choice.
It really would have. But no, it is there because they had problems with it in the beta, to where people couldn't join up and play a game. I was seeing those stories online. I was like, well, that's awful.
Yeah, surely they'd fix that, and then you come across the
and then
not
they
finding
actually
it.
did fix it.
Yeah.
So
it worked out fine.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. It was good.
So tell me about how the multiplayer went, though.
I sucked at it. I mean,
tell me something surprising.
It was Star Wars. Yeah, I got to be a stormtrooper.
Is that what you played?
Sometimes.
Is it? Okay.
Sometimes I played a droid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because it goes back to the prequel trilogy.
Did they have a pretty good selection?
Actually, yeah. No. The class selection was actually pretty expansive.
Nice.
Plus, depending on the map, you can play as different eras.
Okay.
So it can be an original trilogy era game. It can be a sequel trilogy game.
Interesting.
Or it can be a prequel trilogy. So you actually get to play as like the droids. You're laughing.
Do you get to play as Jar Jar?
No.
Thank God.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no. Though apparently somebody at GameStop...
He's unlockable.
Oh, no. I got to tell you the story, and y'all should know the story, too. Somebody at GameStop, when my buddy went to go pick up the game for me, was talking about this guy, and how this guy was going to be the new Jar Jar Binks.
Surely not.
That's what they said.
No.
Yeah, like it was a good thing.
Like it was a good thing?
Yeah.
Oh, they were excited about it?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the port's adorable. He's going to be the new Jar Jar Binks. No. Not if we have any luck.
It's disturbing on so many levels.
Yeah,
I mean, also adorable and Jar Jar Binks in the same...
Unless Snoke is the Porg. Anyways, so there has been some controversy about this game over the microtransactions that are available for it, which as of right now, when we're filming this, we've always filmed on Saturday nights and then post on Tuesdays. As of right now, there are no microtransactions available on this game because EA has actually listened to its fans, in so much that they went live on Reddit and got roasted. And people were really upset about this. EA has gotten rid of the microtransactions, so you cannot buy the best gear anymore, though I'm certain some people do still have it.
I'm sure there were some people that went in immediately and bought. Yeah.
But apparently they're trying to fix the system. They are going to be doing microtransactions again, which I'm not a big fan of, but they're trying to balance the game a little bit better. Even the matchmaking process, they're tweaking to see who has what upgrades and if they can match people who are on similar levels as far as that goes.
Yeah.
It would.
Would be good.
And there are a couple of other little complaints I have about the game. Gameplay-wise, I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
Graphically, it was beautiful. The storyline of the campaign was very nice, if a little short. But there were some problems. So, ever since the original Battlefront and Battlefront 2 from years ago, I believe they came out on the Xbox and the PlayStation 2. By the way, phenomenal games if you've never played them.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if they came out on PlayStation 2. Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, no, they were definitely on PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Battlefront 2 was phenomenal. But ever since those games, the fans of the games have been wanting ground to space combat. They've been wanting two systems of combat. Well, not two systems of combat, but two simultaneous systems of combat, to where you can be fighting on the ground, jump in a fighter, go up into space, and continue the battle.
That would be nice.
It would be nice to a degree. It exists in this game.
Okay.
But not to the degree that I think most fans wanted. It is a step in the right direction.
Gotcha.
Because when you're picking classes on certain maps, instead of picking a regular trooper class, you can pick a starship.
Okay.
And you're fighting above the battle. As you're fighting on the ground, you can see ships flying and fighting above you. You can see enemies on the ground when you're in the ship, and you can shoot them. That part's really cool, but I do wish they had incorporated an opportunity to get into the fighter from the ground and take off. That would have been really cool. They have the technology in the game, because it was included in one of the campaign missions, where you had to land several times, get back in the ship, and go back to it.
Well, maybe this just leaves something for them to add.
Maybe,
because that's
an update would fix it.
I was going to say that's. It's always kind of good to release a game like that where you don't release everything all at once.
True. I just, with the class system, I don't think they're going to include it, because in the old Battlefront 2, because there are two Battlefront 2s, in the original one, you could choose the class of your person.
Right.
So you could be either an engineer or a fighter. And if you were an engineer, whatever ship you chose, while you were in it, you would be constantly repairing it. So that was a cool little feature. Whereas if you were a fighter, you could get into the ship, fly over to the enemy vessel, get out, and mow down everyone inside.
Right.
So it was actually a really cool system in there, but it was still all space combat.
Right.
They did bring back the system of slowly disabling the ship to win the victory back. And overall, the space combat's actually really good. The dogfighting is not overly easy, but they do make it fairly simple, to where they tell you exactly where you need to shoot. They do have it to where you have to lead the shot. All of that is very nicely done. And overall, I have really enjoyed the game. It has had some issues. EA's working on it. I don't usually say this about game companies, but I believe in them.
It looks like they're really trying. I mean, I have read some articles on that, and it looks like they're actively engaging in the player base.
It does.
And working like real time, which is really impressive. Whether they keep that up or not, that's a whole new thing.
And granted, EA has in the past has been notoriously not impressive.
Yeah, no, that's true.
They've been a powerhouse.
It's really true, yeah.
But they haven't been really good about speaking with the fan community. They're doing it now.
Yeah.
And I have very high hopes for what is to come with this game. I think the game itself might change a good bit. I hope so.
Well, also too, I mean, they're they're tied with Disney, you know, and all that kind of stuff, and Disney is not bad at that kind of thing.
And I think that may be a lot of what's going on right now. Disney has a powerhouse of a franchise, and there were things in the campaign that I believe are going to tie back to that franchise. In fact, let's talk about that for a moment.
Sounds interesting.
Fair warning, in this next segment of the videos, there may be spoilers. So be aware. Be aware. Yeah, be aware. These are going to be spoilers potentially for The Last Jedi. In the campaign of Battlefront 2, there is a mission...
spoilers for the campaign, I'm guessing, of Battlefront 2.
Yeah, that too, but also potentially spoilers for The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
In the campaign of Battlefront 2, in one of the early missions, actually, you get to play as Luke Skywalker.
Nice.
It's actually a really cool mission because it shows a little bit of who Luke is past Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
That is actually canon to the Star Wars universe.
Nice. Is this old Luke Skywalker?
No, this is right after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
You do not get to play as old Luke Skywalker, unfortunately. Really wish... They'll probably add it in. They're probably going to add in heroes from the new movie as soon as it's released. Maybe as DLC, maybe as just added on content, since they're trying so hard to appease fans right now. But no, you get to play as Luke Skywalker in one of the early missions, and you and one of the special ops team, who doesn't decide to kill Luke for reasons in the game, because he's in trouble, Luke saves his life, and they kind of work together through this one mission before they part ways. But they go and they find this storeroom that the Emperor had because the Spec Ops guy has to destroy it.
Okay.
Cool. They finally make it into the room, and it's basically a bunch of old junk. But Luke felt drawn to the planet. He felt the Force was calling him to go there.
Right.
And when he goes in, he opens up a box, picks something out, closes it up, and the Spec Ops guy is like, well, I gotta destroy the place. And Luke looks at him and says, mind if I take this compass? Not sure, have at. Pockets it, walks out, end of mission, never brought up again.
Wow.
Yeah, I have no idea what it was about, and it wasn't mentioned in the game ever again. So far as I know, it wasn't mentioned in Force Awakens. It hasn't been mentioned in any of the trailers for Last Jedi.
I don't remember anything about a compass.
We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I do expect it to come back. Also, speaking of the Spec Ops guy in
if
that
it
mission...
doesn't, it would be really weird, honestly.
It would.
It just seems
really
too key.
would. Speaking of the Spec Ops guy in that mission, there are other videos on YouTube right now talking about this in particular. Him and the main playable character in the game, a female, do end up in a relationship, married by the end of the game, and it is hinted that they might have a child. Some people are speculating that that child might be Rey.
The time periods line up?
The time periods line up pretty well.
I mean, it would be nice to know. I mean, we still don't know who Rey is. I mean, everybody, that's interesting, actually. So, I mean, in the
I'm
game...
still saying Rey's a Solo.
In the game, though, is that relationship... Is it focused on, like, at all in the campaign? Do they...
The relationship between the two of them is focused on a little bit. It is certainly clarified by the end of it that they do end up together.
Okay.
But that's about where it stops. I'm almost certain that it was hinted that they had a child. I could be wrong on that. But they were both present for the Battle of Jakku. And that's about all we have.
That's interesting.
So some people are speculating that they could be Rey's actual parents.
Right.
I'm still putting my money on a Solo.
Yeah, I think honestly, I lean to. The more I think about it, the more I'm kind of leaning that way myself. I'm kind of thinking Solo. I think that would be an interesting twist, though. Yeah, something like that.
It would. It wouldn't give her character much significance, though.
No, not really.
So that's
really.
kind of. I mean,
and you can't really tie to it.
You can't
really tie to a game, can you?
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult. I would love to see them talked about in the movies and see some sort of tie-in.
That would be interesting. Now you got me thinking about the compass. You know, I'm like,
I don't know what What is the deal with that?
I'll be honest.
If
If it never shows up, it's gonna just bug the crap out of me. You know.
Yeah,
I'm
me
just gonna
too.
be like, oh, why the compass, man?
Me too. Anyways,
Even if he just shows it, you know.
Yeah.
Even if he's just looking on like it's that way, I'm like, the compass. You know?
yeah, exactly. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us through this entire video. I know we had a lot to say, but if you want to join us in on the conversation, please do leave a comment, and we'd love to talk about it with you. If you've played the game, if you haven't played the game, if you think that it's worth buying, I will go ahead and tell you right now, because a lot of people want to know, is it worth buying? As of right now, I'm going to say no. It's just not worth it. Now, once the price drops a little bit, which it certainly will in the next couple of weeks.
It's pretty high.
There's been so much controversy over the microtransactions and everything involved in the game. I do expect the price on it to come down, so wait for it. Is it worth playing? Absolutely. Is it worth playing at full price? I'm going to say no.
Wow, really?
Yep. I love the game. Not worth it at full price.
Is it worth it if you get it as a gift?
If you get it as a gift, it's always worth it.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, if you're going to spend $60 on a game right now, and I haven't even played it yet, go buy Assassin's Creed Origins.
It looks really good, man.
So far, I've been watching some of the gameplay, and it is quite phenomenal. At some point, I will be playing it, and hopefully, we'll be able to talk about it.
I gotta be honest. I know we're wrapping up, but I am surprised that you're saying wait on Battlefront 2.
It's a great game.
I've heard him rave about this game, like, you know, since we've been talking, and
it is a great game, and there is no denying that it is a great game. But it's not worth paying for a new game to get it, with all of the issues they have, all of the improvements they're doing, the lack of replayability on the campaign.
No, that's really true, actually. Yeah.
Wait for the price to come down just a little bit. Buy it used. Borrow it from a friend. Something like that. Don't pay full price on this game. It's not worth that.
Maybe it'd be worth it. Because I don't know what you are on the games. I know you tend to lean towards story games.
I do enjoy story games.
Like Tales that you've been going through, and other games like that. So would you say if and mind you, I do too. I'm kind of leaning towards things like that. But would you say the people that out there that are kind of die-hard multiplayer?
If you were a die-hard multiplayer first-person shooter fan, I'm still saying wait.
Really?
Reason for that being that I believe the game's going to change at least a little bit in the coming weeks and months. So I wouldn't get invested in it right now.
That is fair.
Wait for the changes to happen. Wait for the price to drop. Then get into it. It is a fun game. You will want to get it. You won't want to get it at full price. You won't want to get it now.
All right.
So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you absolutely disagreed with me, still hit the like button, but let me know why in the comments and we can have a discussion about it. And if you haven't already done it, hit the subscribe button. We do release a video every week, and actually, we're releasing 2 videos this week because every time an episode of Seth MacFarlane's new series, The Orville, comes out, we are talking about it. There is an episode of us talking about the episode of The Orville out right now, so go check that out if you've seen it. If you don't care about The Orville, that's fine. Watch our other videos. There's more. Just click the link below.
Or watch it anyway, and you might actually learn to care about The Orville.
It's a great series.
It is.
Far better than the new Star Trek series.
Sadly.
Though I have been keeping up with Star Trek series. It's gotten a little bit more interesting, but that is a discussion for another show. If you want to find us online, you can find us at www.orcrogues.com. We also both play Twitch every week on Twitch. I personally play Tales of Berseria every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And Derek here?
I play Hearthstone every Monday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, he's going to suck. Anyways.
The choke master here. Like, it's just, every time.
Every week.
Every time.
Without fail. Also, if you'd like to help us out, we do have some more stuff in the works. We are currently working on a web series. We're in the concept stages of working on a movie. We're designing a board game, a tabletop RPG. Of course, all of these things do cost money. And if it's something that you'd like to see us put out, we would love the help from you. if you can spare it. www.patreon.com/orcrogues is how you can help support us in those endeavors. And seriously, any amount helps.
Every little bit helps, and we'll give you a shout out on the show. Words really are hard today.
Yep, it happens. Yeah, if you donate but $1 per month, we will give you a shout on the show because you guys are awesome.
Yep.
So anyways, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, we are
Orc Rogues.